mama, mama, yeah, mama, sweet mama, mama, I will love you until the end of time. I will love you until the end of time. You are my angel. You are my heart. You are my backbone. I am what I am because I will love you until the end of time. I will love you until the end of time. You are my pride and joy, my precious joy, my reason for living, my ups and downs. I will love you until the end of time. I will love you until the end of time. Mama, sweet mama,
Good morning.
mama, mama, sweet mama,
Good morning.
mama, yeah, mama, sweet mama,
Good morning.
mama, I will love you until the end of time. I will love you until the end of time.
Hello, everybody. Welcome
Welcome.
to Women with Words. We're here again. Today's Thursday, of course, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're back at this. Want to welcome all of you. Please make sure you go and invite somebody to come and join the show. Of course, it's the month of May. We're celebrating mothers. We're celebrating women. So welcome. I am, of course, my name is Glendy Jane Juniors.
Oh, I've never seen nobody like their name so much.
I love my name, and
I'm so happy you do. I got to talk about my name a little bit. I don't know if I like my name that much, but I'm Agatha Joseph, her co-host. Welcome.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking off your business schedule. For those of you who are here every Thursday, we appreciate you. We love you. Let me tell you, even some days when we tired, we got other stuff going on, we still make this our number one obligation to come here. Even if it's one person we're coming for to watch this, we're going to keep doing this. So thank you for joining this evening. We have two formidable women that's going to be telling us the story. We also let Agatha do what she usually does. Tell us a little bit about the show today.
So we still in the month of May, right? We have one more Thursday to go.
Yes.
We will be honoring mothers. Although Mother's Day has passed, but we're still honoring mother all of this month. So we have a mother and daughter team again this week. We're going to be talking to them. We're going to be talking about what's trending on our page as usual. We're also going to cover what's going on in Liberia. Again, this is an apolitical show. There's so many political shows out there. So if you want to talk politics, this is not the place for you. What we are going to talk about, we're going to give you our opinion. We are not experts, just women with a lot of opinions. Sometimes a man.
Yes.
Black Santa Mikey is in here today. We are sending love his way. Also, our Auntie Beauty, she's still in hiatus,
She's at the
and we want
yacht.
to. She had the yacht. She's on her yacht.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're thinking about both of them. But thank you all for joining. We're going to have a really great conversation with these two beautiful women. I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I saw it, and I didn't know which one was the mom, which one was the daughter. That tells you black don't crack.
Black
African
don't
women
crack.
are
That's it.
beautiful. Yes.
That is it. So that's it. And we also have an ad today that we will be advertising in
Oh,
Liberian business.
yes.
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 And we will also be telling you who's coming next week to close us up for the month of May. And let me tell you, if you're out there, even though we may already have people signed up for the month of June, if you're out there and you have a father, a brother, a cousin, a nephew that you think is someone worth recognizing, and you want us to do a show with that person, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself, Agatha, or Michael, or even Eva. Even though Eva is not, she's on vacation right now, but she is still working. I'm telling you, her day is yama yama. You
All
go on
day
that
long. I
page,
enjoy it. I
that's
enjoy
her
every
day.
minute.
That is a day. So please, if you have a father or anybody, and also if you have somebody that you want us to talk about, we primarily do the shows on Thursdays, but we every now and then we have a Saturday show to accommodate other people. So this show is equally your show as it is our show. Okay?
Yeah.
So let me leave it living now before I got mess the English. I'm not going to my colloquy. So, ladies and gentlemen,
You can't mess it up. Let me tell you, I watch a lot of other shows and I'd be, there's
okay.
absolutely no way you can mess it up. But before we bring our guests on, I do want to say that we want to highlight and we'll continue to highlight what's good about Liberia and Liberians. We are our worst critics. I know I myself, I am guilty of that, but I shamelessly do it because I want us to be better, right? If we know better, we should do better. So but this show, we truly want to highlight what's right with Liberia and Liberians. So if you have a story that you want us to highlight, make sure you contact Auntie, because she be weeding everybody out before she brings them to the team. So but just contact Auntie Glendy, she'll take care of you. So let's get this show on the roll.
Yes. So let me welcome our guests to the show. Welcome, ladies.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Ciatta. It's nice to have you and Mom Ellie here.
Yeah.
Every time I think of Mom Ellie, I say, "Hey, girl, Mom Ellie, you know your name, and that's my name, in it." So welcome to the show. We have Miss Ciatta Kroma here with her mother, my Ellen. So to start us off, we want you all to first give us an introductory of who the two of you are, and then we can go ahead and talk about it. So, but like Agatha said, now y'all look, black red don't crack. Look at these.
Not at all. African women just beautiful.
Look at these two people. I mean, you can just look at their poise, look at their beauty, look at their skin tone, look at the physique with the hair.
Yep.
They're beautiful. You are beautiful beautiful people. Thank you.
For y'all. Thank you.
Thank you for adding to Agatha's beauty on this show today, because I ain't reached there
Peggy, are you the queen of it? Look at the hair, they get it on your head like a crown. Come on, queen. Don't sell yourself short. Anyway, Ciatta and Miss Ellen, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Ciatta Kroma, proud Liberian. And I'm excited to be here today. I love what you guys are doing here. And I was super excited to share this moment with my mother on this show. I been here for a very long time, too long. But now, some of us call this place home right now, but we can never forget where we're from. So basically for me, I do different things in the US. I was in the mortgage industry for a very long time, including underwriting, loan officer, real estate agent. All that is my background. But the weird thing about all that is that everyone always thought that I was a fashion stylist, that I was in the fashion business. So it was just something that kind of followed me around during my young years. And and just kind of kept on following me. So I figure, oh, maybe there's something to this thing. Let me stop doing it for free. So I kind of jumped and launched my business doing fashion styling and designing clothing. So I'm very excited and I love what I do right now. So as you guys said, this is my mother, Ellen Kokoya. Some of you may or may not know her, but I'll let her introduce herself. Mom.
I'm so excited to be here. My name is Ellen Kakoya, and I sometimes I'm on Facebook. I didn't know much about the show. I'm so happy to be able to share things that my daughter and I do together.
Beautiful. Welcome, welcome.
Thank
And
you.
Ellie Coco has sound like a name from Bon County. Oh.
Yeah, my daughter I'm from Bam.
Okay. My grandparents, oh Lord, I got
Oh,
to try to clean it.
Oh,
yeah, man. She come and said she relatable, y'all.
I just can't help if I'm connected. Oh, so my grandparents, my
Mhm.
mother's parents are from Bong. Isaac J.J. Roberts was my
Oh,
grandparent.
okay.
Yes.
Louis where I was then.
Louis Roberts is, you see, Agatha, you see how the people that know me?
I said, fine.
Louis Roberts is actually my mother's youngest brother. So my mother is Ethel and Louis is the youngest one. But it's good to meet you. I know
So
that name from Banga.
your father is from Buchanan, right?
Lady Biogachi. Auntie Ellie, let me teach you this straight to Auntie Ellie.
I knew it was coming.
Auntie Ellie.
So just a little fact about my mother, Ellen Kokoya. She was the youngest person to enter the Liberian representative House of Representative. So Ellen Kokoya, as most people know her in Liberia as LEG 65.
Yes.
That was her little car plate right there.
Yes.
So mom was the youngest member of the House of Representative for Bone County, actually.
This is
Awesome.
amazing. I just felt the name ring a bell.
Yes.
Like this name sounds just so familiar. And and maybe Agatha wasn't, I mean, for me, my dad was he was a representative of Bassett County Attorney. So the name, I was like, this name is just so familiar, but it's amazing for us to have a celebrity, two celebrities on the show today. So we want to thank you for your intro. We want to start off by telling us you've told us a little bit about who your mother is, who you are, and then you talk about faction. You talk about how the faction designing followed you. I want you to talk about your relationship with your mom. Because we're celebrating mothers, we're celebrating women. We want to talk about your relationship. Of course, there are ups and downs, but I want to talk about what is the strength in your relationship. How do you all connect? Because like it almost like you guys, what the thing they call is like they clone the two of you. You all look so much alike. It's kind of like difficult to hear whether I'm pretty sure you can get because the woman I represented, I'm sure she not push your body sometimes yet.
and likewise.
Yeah, so we want to hear a little bit about your relationship as mother and daughter and how you all do it. Because I've seen there are lots of things that followed you. That I see your mother wherever you are. She's mostly I think she's your number one fan.
Definitely.
She's always there. So tell us a little bit about your relationship.
Okay, so just a little bit of background about me and my mother. My mother was a teenage mother. So she was a young when I was born. Most of my early life, like prior to maybe 14, prior to 15, my mother was she was around, but she was in my life, but I basically stayed with my aunt. So some of you may know my aunt, the late Ciatta Watson.
Okay.
You guys may know my cousins Molly High and brothers.
Oh, yeah.
I know Molly High.
Yes, that's like my big brother. But my aunt, who is my aunt Ciatta, who was a Molly High's mom, raised me at an early age because, like I said, my mother was a teenage mother. So
Ghana is amazed by you.
well, that's my big brother now. So that's kind of have to be my mother. Most people that are teenage mothers, they don't come back from being in that situation early in your life, like a 15-year-old girl, right?
Yes.
But my mother is one of those people that she's just a strong woman. My mother got her life together. She did what she had to do and became the youngest member. Like I said, at age 26, she entered the House of Representatives. So needless to say, my roots, they're really strong. They run deep because this is where I was cut from. This woman right here. So our relationship is see, the fact that we didn't grow up together, kind of live under the same roof and stuff. My mother has a very unique approach to how we deal with each other. So my mother, when we started to live together at age 15, my mother, she approached me from the standpoint of, a friendship, right? Yes, I know this is mom, but mom knowing within herself, like, okay, so me and my daughter never grew up under the same roof, even though I was there. But my sister Ciatta, as she lovingly call her, was technically my mom for a while, since mom was, mom was trying to get me back and stuff like that to come up. But you see, my aunt was so attached to me at the point, so for her not having any boys. So mom had to navigate that very carefully to let me go, 4 boys and me, all the boys and myself. So it was a very unique situation. But to answer your question, mom approached it from a friendship point. Mom never judges me, so we built a relationship from that point. It saddens me when I hear young women say, oh, they don't have a relationship with their mother because they and their mother didn't grow up together and all this, stuff. People have to be more understanding in a relationship with their parents. For whatever reason, a teenage mother can do anything. She could have had an abortion, for number one. She could have disappeared, for number two, but she made sure that I was in the hands of safe people in the absence of her father, who died at an early age, the senior year, 2 months when I was born. So my mother knew well enough to put me where I could be well taken care of. So, when people say to me, oh, my mom gave me away, my mom didn't give me away, I was with my father. But I'm just saying that I hear a lot of young women say that. And I'm like, you just don't know what you're missing. Or you have to be able to understand what your parents' situation was when they made whatever decision they made. Yeah. You understand? So, yeah, I'll let mom say what she have to say. But that's in summary, mom.
Wow.
Yeah. Like my daughter just said, I had at age 15, we kind of built up that relationship until now. I cherish her, and I'm one of her, I'm her number one fan. And every time, when I know she having a bad day, I step aside. Later on we can discuss what she's going through, what's happening to her. Before we start living together, I was in Virginia. And my first call in the morning was to my daughter, 6 o'clock in the morning. I will call
6 o'clock.
6 in the morning. I will call like 12
five times a day.
5 times, 6, 7, 8 times a day. Just to be sure that I think that she's doing fine. And she will also call me. And when I call her and her voice sounds different, I'll know something is going on. And then I'll call back later and we can discuss it.
Yes.
So we kind of cherish each other, and we're very, very supportive of each other, like I just said.
Definitely.
And I hope that all mothers or daughters are having problems with their mothers should listen to it. You don't have to take what we're saying, but just kind of work along with your mother, whether you grew up with her or what was happening before. You can still come together and build up a strong relationship, which my daughter and I have, because my daughter is my world.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you guys haven't figured this out yet, I'm the only child. Did you guys figure this out yet?
Oh, wow. So I gotta ask Miss Ellen this. I'm sitting here listening to your story. Take us back to that 15-year-old girl. I can only imagine how frightened you were when you found out you were pregnant. I'm going to assume that you didn't plan this. I'm just going to assume that.
No. It was
so
not.
Walk us through that 15-year-old girl's mind. What happened? Did you go to your mom? Did you go to your dad? Tell us what happened.
I think what I did, I kind of hid it for some time, for some months, and later on I just started. I didn't tell my father and my stepmother anything, and they found out, all by themselves. So that's how it happened.
Wow.
and I just kind of, it was a struggle because my father had just, he was not well when I got pregnant anyway. It was not too long when he passed away. So it was really, really a rough life for us growing up with our father, and uh, and our mothers were also struggling too when our father passed away. So it really hasn't been that easy. But I praise God and glorify God that we are here today. My daughter and I are here, and we just put all the bad things behind us and just give God the glory.
So I want to say this, and I want to say this to the people that are watching, and I want you to know that this is coming from the depths of our, probably can speak for Agatha, from our hearts. The fact that we had no idea about this story,
Yes.
but how you've willingly opened your heart
Yeah.
to share this story is just amazing.
Yeah.
And we appreciate the fact that you've even, it's like it's a piece of you that some women won't share,
Yep.
won't talk about.
Yeah.
The boldness from Ciatta and you about what happened then, what is happening now in your life, and you're sharing this here. We had, I don't think this is a mistake that you're here today.
No, not at all.
I don't think it's a mistake.
Not
I
at
think
all.
it's an amazing story. Imagine a young woman pregnant at 15 years old, still finding a way to take care of her daughter. And look at you today.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so
Together.
I just wanted to stop to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us into a space, not even knowing us personally, but
Right.
allowing us to come into your space. And so for this reason, anytime Ciatta wants to come on this show,
She welcome.
you're welcome.
Anytime, Mama.
Anytime.
Yeah,
You
we
have
just,
anything to share, anything to talk about. This is an amazing story. I hope people are
Yeah.
watching, and people that watch after will see the benefits of taking what could have been a bad situation
Yes.
and making the
Exactly.
best out of it. So kudos to you and your daughter. A young teenage mom. We have a lot of teenage mothers in Liberia today, not by any choice of theirs.
Right.
But the fact that you look at your situation and even allowed your daughter to say, I'm not going to let her stay with me because I can't take care of myself
I'm
or
a
take
child
care of her first.
myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
And let your sister take care of you. So we appreciate. I don't even know if I want to talk anymore.
But I still have more questions from Miss Ellen though, because like, and we're gonna move from this right after this, I promise. But Glendy said something that triggered a question. I assume, and we do have lots of young ladies that do watch, and these things do happen. As Glendy said, I applaud you. I don't know what I honestly, me sitting here as I think back to a 15-year-old me, I don't know what I would have done. The fear of my mom, I probably would have done something unthinkable. So for that alone, I commend you. But there is a 15-year-old girl watching this show today. She is probably in the same situation that you found yourself at 15. And we fast forward how many years and look at the relationship. What would you tell your 15-year-old self today if you were watching?
What would I say to her is that if you have lived with your parents, and you and your mother have this good relationship, try to kind of discuss it with her, and you all can take it from there. Or don't try to let anybody fool you to go and have abortion. But that won't be the right thing to do at age 15. So discuss it with your mother, or discuss it with somebody that you're very close to, and then and see what you can do from there. But you having getting pregnant at age 15 is not something that people plan to do.
No,
No,
but it happens.
it happens, and then you just have to just try to deal with it. Dealing with it is kind of hard because of your age.
Yes.
So you just have to just kind of, like I said, discuss it with someone you kind of close to, because maybe you think your mother or your parents will be kind of angry with you.
Right.
But even as time goes by, just kind of let them know what's going on. Or maybe they themselves, the mother will find out that something is wrong, and then they can take it from there.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much, Miss
Thank
Ellen.
you.
So you heard her for yourself. Communication is key.
Yeah,
Don't do anything silly or dangerous because you're desperate. It is not the end of the world. Find
was smart.
someone, talk to someone you trust.
Mhm.
So I'll move from that subject and let's fast forward some
Yes,
20
yes,
something.
Ma'am.
yes.
All
So
right.
Ciatta, I want to ask you quickly, how I know we move on, but you now looking at your mother, how have you been able to not that to survive the story and be strong? Um,
Uh,
yeah.
Go ahead, Wendy. Finish your question.
No, because it's like when I see you, I see how I can see from you, you're so proud of your mom.
I
Yes,
And
am.
that is
I
the
do.
first thing. Is like you're so proud of her. That is the first thing you wanted us to know, and also wanted us to know her accomplishments. So other people would probably like, my mom was a teenage mom. It's like some people were like, don't want to talk about it, but you're so bold about it, and how you've been able to change the narrative so that other people can learn from this situation. I mean, like sharing your mom now with us and the story.
Yeah. So, like I stated, when mom and when I came to live with mom at age 14, 15, um, I was a teenage girl too at that time. And my mother was at the peak of her career at that point. She had just won the House of Representative, and she was doing all these wonderful things in Banga, in Bon County, and I was just so super proud of her. I just saw that she was doing everything that she could to better herself. And not to even say, the part that how she just made my life so much easier. Some people may know me, like the rest of the Watson boys. We all went to Lutheran school from kindergarten to like ninth grade. I went to CWA very briefly in the 10th grade, and then I came to the States and back and forth. But my mom made sure I had a good life when I came to live with her. I traveled well. I graduated at ACS, whatever she could afford at that time, because she felt that she couldn't afford it when I was growing up. I was in the position. She made sure that I had that. And the relationship just kind of grew from there. I mean, I watched her do so many things in all. I learned over the years, especially when my mom came to live here after the Civil War in Liberia, and we started to live together. I learned a lot more from my mom. That's when our relationship really, started to grow. We lived together literally until I got married. So I never shacked with no one. Me and mom just kind of stayed together. We bought a house together. We kind of stayed together the whole time, and that's how we just became as close as we are now. We talk about things that was going on with her. She talks about things that's going on with me, like mom said. She knows me so well that even if my voice sounds crazy or something in my voice, she knows that something is going on. And she would say, I'll call you back. And she will. Like she said, she calls me. She's calling like 6 times a day, 7. But we live together now. And that's another thing that I want to touch on. I noticed that in our community, that not just the Liberian community, African community as a whole, some of us are getting a position now that we don't feel the obligation to our parents. It's become a very dangerous path. I'm seeing that a lot in the community right now. So I try, especially now with my own children, right? Because I have 2 children. And, so at one time, me, my mother, my grandmother, we were all here, but my grandmother decided to go back home, last October. She was just tired of being here after 23 years. But having those all those generations under one roof, it just worked for me, because what my grandmother could share with me, what my mother could share with me, what my kids could learn from my grandmother and my mother, that all just kind of helped the relationship just get so much stronger. And honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way right now. I just like my mother being here with me in the same house.
Honey, you ain't lying, baby. I am telling you, I don't even want her to go anywhere because I because I am pretty sure in the benefits of me. I was telling just a quick story is that my mother hasn't been too well, so I had to cook on Sunday. I had not been in the kitchen for 6 years. I ain't ashamed of that because she won't cook. You won't eat. I said so. She will cook it. So there are a lot of benefits in the fact that we are able to do it. And even Agatha and Hama, we have close ties with. We just cannot. That's something that you just cannot let go of.
Yeah.
They have. That's she's the only person I have. So
Yeah.
it's like you're the only person, and I'm sure there are a lot of perks, a lot of benefits. You're
Oh yeah.
hungry, you say, "Mama, cook this," she will cook it. You know what I mean? I already listed, so my mom will list, Come on. So that's a good thing that we do. And I don't think it's I don't know how people can do it and not necessarily our culture, but there are other cultures like you work in the healthcare industry, and you see there are a lot of people there in the different skilled nursing facilities that don't have family members to come and see them. That people you have the number at one time, and then they change the number, and their parents want you to call, and no one's answering. I don't know who can do that, but the fact that you have your mom, your grandmother, honey. When I had my twins, everybody were in the house. Great grandma, grandma, grandpa.
Everybody at one time.
Yeah. So, but tell us a little bit about. I know you all touched on a little bit of the fact that you live together. Your mom also touched on space.
Yes.
She allows you to have your space.
Yes.
And you allow her to have your space. And the way your mom found when and then find man when I own my neck, please don't get in hotter.
Look, let me tell you something. Let me put it in real life way for you. Let me tell you something. No, my mom is mostly a homebody. Like you say, as you see, I'm dragging her everywhere with me right now. My mom she's a Cancer. She likes to be home. She like the comfort of her home. So she really never goes anywhere. But now that she's in North Carolina with me, yeah, she gotta go everywhere. So I drag her everywhere with me. You know,
what they call North Carolina people? How they call that state?
Which one?
Is that Twin? No, not Twin City.
The first state, huh? Queen City. That's Charlotte.
Yes,
Charlotte is the Queen.
Charlotte, Queen City.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tell us,
like you said, she said, she knows me well. I know her well. We allow each other our space, and it just works. If there's something, and vice versa. My mom is not feeling. If my mom is feeling bad, I know that as well. So my mom is one of those people that get up in the morning and, even though we have a vacuum, she just starts to sweep. She's just a person that
pick up the dirt.
She's a person that can't sit down. You know what I'm saying? She just don't know how to sit down. She has to be doing something, And me, I do things only when I'm ready to do things, kind of like that. So yeah, have at it, mom. When you're tired, I'll pick up. So, but she's that kind of person. She's an early riser. She gets up, She likes to cook most times, and she helps me with the laundry. I just let her do it because my grandmother used to be like, why I don't want her to do things. So at a certain point you just stop fighting. Just do what you want. The one that's left, yeah, I'll jump in after that.
And then Ellie, when you want to come spend time, just let me know. I'll come for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna work there for her to do, right?
I ain't coming nowhere.
Well, let me just say to our audience who's watching, if you're watching us today, of course, we have beautiful Miss Ciatta here with the Honorable, let me just say the correct title, the Honorable Ellen, that my auntie, I don't want to call it last name, Auntie Ellie is here, okay? So if you're watching, we're talking about relationship. This is the month of May. We're celebrating mothers, we're celebrating women. We're also looking at our relationship with our mothers and how they're important. Let's move on to projects that you all have worked on together. You're working, out there with you. Don't want to sell her homes anymore, but you are a diva. So let's talk a little bit about your work relationship.
Yeah, our projects working together go way back. From, like I said, from the first home we had in Virginia, and at age 25, I'm 49 years old right now, but some 20-some years ago, when me and mom decided to get a place together, like I said, she and I lived together up to the day I got married and moved out of that house. So our first project was together. Mom and I, we said we wanted to buy a place. We decided what we had to do when we went through the process. I was coming out of school and, was going to, be making some of the money, and mom helped us with what we had to do to make sure that we qualify. That's really our first project together. And we've been doing things like that ever since. If mom has a project that she wants to work on, we discuss it. We put our resources behind that project, and that's how it's been for the last 25 plus years. Nothing has changed. She has something that she needs, that she is passionate about, she wants to work on. I back it up, and I have the same, she backs it up. That's about how that works.
So,
My Ellie, you want to tell us a little bit about because this Ciatta, when you see her little, she's a workaholic.
Well, she is.
Don't she can't talk about that now, Glendy. She don't have no room to talk. This is someone that I used to go run back and forth the manga 3 times a day. So she's not the right person to ask that question. Right?
So tell us, let's hear from you about some of the things you like, some of the things that you wanted to do that you drew Ciatta's interest into.
Like so I remember back when I was back home and she was here at an early age, and I wanted to start a project, and I called her up and we discussed it, but that didn't go too well for me, and so I kind of dropped it. And so many other stuff that I plan to do, that I've been doing it with her help, but she and I coming together and doing things together. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So the Croatia, and I hear both of you talk about projects. Tell us a little bit. Define projects for me. I'm not clear on what exactly it is that you do.
Fashion, sorry, like the fashion stuff. We came up with our idea together, and then we kind of pulled my sister into it. My sister back home, and we sent her the first design from here, and that's how the whole thing started.
Mhm.
We started
Okay.
we started 2016.
Mhm.
We just got up one day, and just said, "Well, look, let's just do this." And we went on taking measurements and other stuff, looking for stars and things, and sent it back home. And so my sister found a tailor back there that did the first sewing, and they sent it here, and then that's how the whole thing started.
Yeah.
We started 2016.
So yeah, kind of like what she said. 2016, we were here at my house. I think she was visiting. We didn't live together back then, of course. And we just kind of started talking about how I was going to get into the fashion business, and Mama and I just kind of going, started explaining some stuff in the early stages, explaining some stuff. My aunt in Liberia, she kind of helped me get started too with, when you're starting business new, especially a business like mine, you have to have people you can trust. Our people now. So you need some people like that, and also my very good friend, the late AG of Liberia, Sadatu Gay, my very good friend. She was like a mother to me as well when I moved down here. She was very instrumental too in helping me with Taylor's getting started. So needless to say, since then we evolved into different things. Help from some of my designers like Evangeline Delaney, and I have had many conversations together and collaborated. She kind of helped me too, also in getting into manufacturing and the different things. It's all love. You just have to share. You have to have a plan, and you have to be able to follow that plan, because nothing comes easy. Yeah. So you have to put your muscle behind what is it that you're trying to do and accomplish. Support is very important, especially from support from people in your cycle. So as we list the projects, like she said, whether we're doing fashion, whether we building things back home, just whatever it is that we think that we can do to help ourselves, to better ourselves, to help our family, is what we do.
Yeah. So you tell us a little bit. I mean, I have the website out there, and I know you talk about fashion. Just because the two of you work together as mother and daughter, you have a very close knit relationship and work on projects together. How, if somebody wanted to do some work with you, how would they be able to get to you or your mom?
Okay, so my mom, and usually I am, I take out the calls for the company. If I'm working on a concept, if someone needs something from me that is not readily available, or if they haven't seen it on my site or at a fashion show, most of the things that people reach out to me is, hey, I saw you at so and so show and I like this. Oh, I saw this on your site and I like this. But if we're in a situation where it's something that we're just going to the table. My mom is really good at design herself. Most of my fashion sense comes from my mother, actually. I used to laugh as one time when at the Capitol building, Liberia, people used to sit outside and wait for my mom to come to work. That's kind of how I grew up. They wanted to see what she was wearing, actually.
Nice.
So that kind of how my young lady life was. I saw someone that carried herself very well, dressed with respect, and kind of the sort of. So my mom is very good with putting those kinds of things together. So if I'm having a challenge with that, like, hey, mom, what do you think? What do you think? And if we kind of talk about it, I get it a technical drawing and bring it to life. So this is how we work together.
Very
All right.
nice.
So, folks, there you go. You see the website on there. Make sure you go and visit. And let's promote Ciatta and her mom, and let's promote what they're doing. They're librarians. Her stuff, they're authentic stuff. I also want there's one picture of Ciatta that always draws my attention.
Oh my God.
I want her to tell us about this. If this picture does not show to you that this woman is a diva, then here you go. So tell us about. I mean, I tell her about the idea behind this picture.
That picture, that's my all-time favorite. That picture means there's a story behind that picture, actually. That picture is from 2016. That was my first photo shoot. And at the time, I didn't have relationships with all these models that I have now. At the time, I had to be my own model. So yeah, so that was my first photo shoot. I can remember I did that photo shoot with myself and my ex-husband niece, Eva Deek's daughter, Cio Jardia, and she and I were one of the people in that photo shoot. That picture was from my photographer, and I kind of still work with the company, my business coach, and that was his idea. He was like, I like this picture, but I want to work on this picture. He added a darker skin to that picture. He added a glow to that picture. And that picture now basically is the face of my business. So that picture carries through all my social media platforms and everything. But the funny thing about the ladies is that every time I make an appearance, they're looking at me like, is that the same girl in that picture? They don't know what to think when they see me because they're so used to seeing that picture. So I explained a lot about how did that picture come to play, but I love that picture, and like I said, I use it for all of my across my platforms.
But I like what the picture. I mean, there's a message in the picture, and it also ties in with when Agatha said black don't crack, but the fact that it portrays that your skin tone, your color, black.
Yeah,
I can say a lot about it, but I just think it's an amazing picture
beautiful.
of you.
yeah. Thank you.
There's also something new that's coming. We'll hear more about it in the future, but I wanted you to talk about this specific this exhibition that you're working on. I took a flyer of that. Tell us a little bit about this, and let me take it down so that you can talk to us about this.
Oh yeah, so this is a wonderful exhibition. So one day I was sitting here at home. I got a messenger message from this beautiful lady called Mara. She's here in North Carolina. She is Italian, and she's moved here, I think 2015 or 2016, and she's a phenomenal photographer and artist. And she was like, "Hey, I'm working on this project, and I'm going to be, working towards a grant, artist grant." And I was wondering if I could talk to you about being one of the 10 women that I'm going to, feature in this exhibit. So she was like, "Okay, can we set up a Zoom call?" I was like, "Sure." And so we set up a Zoom meeting, and she explained the project to me, how she wanted to uh, do an exhibition from the eyes of 10 different women from different walks of life, talking about everyday things like motherhood, relationships, business, whatever it is that your story is. That's what she was targeting. You know, this lady, Mara, worked on this project for 7 months. The product that you see finished now, I'm sure there were a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that to get, these phenomenal pictures done. And get all the stories organized. And yes, that right there is mine. It's my piece. What I like about the project is that Mara made sure that she incorporated something that every woman was doing at the time. Like you see the rope in my hand, that represents a thread, and there's a needle in my hand right there, if you can
Wow.
see that. So just from her conversation with me, she kind of figured, okay, so she's a designer. Let me see how I can bring that in. And if you look at the picture closely in the back, she asked me where I was from. I said, I'm from Liberia. We're just on the west coast of Africa. She's like, what kind of fruits did you like when you were growing up? I said, I love mangoes. I still do. So if you look at the picture closer, you see like almost in my hand, I'm holding a mango. So I just thought the picture, the concept was really unique for me. And I asked her how she came upon my picture, or how did she come about choosing me to be one of the 10 women. And she said, she saw my information on social media. She's kind of reached out, hoping that I would accept. I just like the fact that it kind of um, feeds into women empowerment. Hey,
Yes.
all the things that women do to keep their families going, keep their jobs going, keep the kids going. Just that she was focusing on my story, my unique story, the rest of the women's story.
That's
I just figured that I was going to loan my face and my voice to that project, and so I did.
That's amazing.
wonderful.
And we will be hearing more about this. Stay tuned. There's going to be more in the coming week about this project. And we're also going to be meeting. Is that Maura?
Mora, yeah.
Yes. Please make sure you tell Maura I left picture business. So, but I wanted to read a comment here from Very York Katura York Cooper.
Okay.
I'm not able, and what she said was, I'm sure you all know the Reverend Katura York Cooper. She said, the most beautiful experience is when a mother and a daughter develop a healthy, loving, affirming relationship. There comes a moment in your adult life when they bond as sisters. I think that's just sums it up about
Definitely.
your relationship, about the
Yeah.
relationship with you and your mom. And yes, Christian, this is someone is asking, is that honorable Representative Ellen Kogoya? Yes. And that's small people. We're not small people. We're not people can kind of issue. All right,
The
that's
youngest,
another question.
the
Youngest.
youngest representative.
The
We have to
youngest
remember.
representative.
There you go.
Not only that she survived being the youngest, but she is probably that I know young teenage mom with a very successful daughter, and they have a very beautiful relationship.
Absolutely.
And to all those Adam sons out there, know who is the daughter and know who is the mother.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having both of you, Miss Ellen.
Yeah.
I listened to what you said. I hope there's a teenage girl out there that will benefit from your message and see the beautiful relationship you have with your daughter. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
For our viewers, make sure you check out the website. It's yourstyleconsultant.com. yourstyleconsultant.com.
Yes.
So thank you all so much for being here.
So if just before
Thank
you
you.
leave, if you wanted to just say a few words, to because I mean I got that sums it up for the both of us and for our ASM. We have some people who come to work, don't come to work, like that Santa. Then we have the other one who's on vacation. So from the
Stop
four of
throwing
us,
shade.
from the four of
Ciatta
us, I
and
got
Miss
that-
Ellen, y'all please give us your closing statement. I'm glad for the trouble. Miss Ellen, when she call you, what have to tell you for, ma?
she was thinking,
All right, so
Any
yeah,
parting words?
we're definitely honored that we were able to come on and share a story with you. We hope that someone or someone that will look at this clip later on will learn something from this and soften their heart towards whatever situation that they and their mother or parent might be in. So we are humble that you took the time to speak with us, and we love your show. And I just kind of also want to you all to know regarding the More Than a Body exhibition. If you go on my page, or I will share the link with Glendy later, you can further read my story behind the portrait that was created by Mara. So again,
So
thank you so
how
much.
about we keep that? We keep that. We're not gonna share it. We're gonna have you have an opportunity to
To
share
tell
your
them.
story.
Thank you.
Read your
Exactly.
story in there. So
Keep,
if
keep,
you
keep,
guys
keep
you
it?
want to
Okay.
hear the story and hear the story from the author herself, make
Mara.
sure you're tuned in. You're glued to this page
Yes.
next week,
Women
Thursday.
empowerment is what they
Yes.
should be thinking
Women
about.
empowerment is
Yes.
what you should be
Women
thinking.
empowerment.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that's all I have to say, Mom.
Thanks. Thank you so much for having us. And I'll make sure to watch the show every Thursday.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Auntie
you
Ellie.
got a new follower.
Oh, Auntie Ellie, I
You
love you,
can
Auntie
do
Ellie.
it.
Thank you.
Okay, so I have to say this, Miss Ellen, because you're going to watch the show. We have something on Friday. We call Yama Yama Friday. So
Oh
please forgive
Lord.
us in advance because it
Ooh,
could be really, really yama 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 yama. So
yama
just forgive
yama.
us, but it's all in good fun
It is.
because
It is. I guess
life
another
is
good
life
life.
as it is very stressful, and
Okay.
this is an outlet for people to come and release their stress and laugh and converse and just meet new people. So welcome to the page. I'll be looking out for you. Ciatta, it's such a pleasure to meet
I
you.
got that likewise, my sister.
Thank you,
I
guys.
Wendy,
can't
Thank you so
thank you,
much.
Auntie.
Thanks for having us.
All right,
thank you
bye, Auntie
so
Ellie.
much.
Bye. Have a good night.
Oh my goodness.
What a beautiful mother and daughter combination. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes, yes.
ooh, Liberian people fire.
I'm telling you, I didn't even know we would have stumbled on a 15-year-old teenage mom.
Can you imagine? I can't even imagine Glendy to have been pregnant at 15 and come to see the relationship. These things happen. Like she said, nobody plans it, right? But she was able to do what was best for she and her child. And sometimes it means giving that child to someone else.
Yes.
In her case, she was very fortunate. She had an older sister. And speaking with Ciatta, you can just see the love that she received from her aunt,
From her aunt.
right? And she and her mom was able to come back together when the mom was old enough to take care of her and take that place of. What a beautiful, beautiful story.
That's an amazing daughter and mother relationship, and to honor. I mean, I think whatever she does, she honors her mom. The fact that her mother was a 15-year-old teenager, but not only the most important thing is that she also turned her life around.
Absolutely.
Turned her story around.
She didn't let that define her. She didn't say, "Oh my gosh, I messed up at 15. I can't do nothing." No. She said, "Okay, I did something. Okay, everything happens for a reason. I'm gonna give this baby girl to my sister. I'm gonna pick myself up by the bootstrap." And she said it. She said it was not easy. So don't think it's easy now that you see them, together and having a relationship. They work at it. So hats off to the both of them. Beautiful women. Beautiful women.
Beautiful. Just amazing women.
Yes.
And the support too. I think it's a beautiful thing, and we're honored that. Some people wouldn't share that story, Agatha.
Oh yeah.
And the fact that she just allowed us in her space.
Yeah. She's proud of her mom. Who wouldn't be? Wouldn't be? If my mom was a teenage mom, she beat all the odds, went to become the youngest representative in Liberia. Back in those days, women weren't doing much but sitting home and taking care of the home. So she not only had a child, but she said, "I'm going to do something for my country."
Yeah, and I think you're saying something. I'm leading it somewhere. I think the women in the House of Representatives today should probably honor her.
Absolutely.
Have a room in that building.
Absolutely.
With her name on it, because it's almost like she was the Rosa Parks of their time.
Absolutely.
26 years old. So if you're watching, if you're in the House of Representatives, that was Honorable Representative Ellen Kogaya. Please, I mean, this is 26 years old, and not many people talk about such a history.
Yeah,
and here we are today.
They don't teach that to the kids.
Yes.
They don't. So there's a young girl sitting in a classroom today, doesn't know that someone has already paved the road at 26 years old. and beat all odds, you know. So it's really great story. Great. I
Yes.
can't wait to hear back from
Imagine,
Ciatta
the
next
things
week.
we see on on when they're in session these days. See the things that we see, and back, and if it was now that she was, imagine if it was now that she was pregnant. It was a recent time that she was a 15-year-old pregnant woman.
Mhm,
Do you see her era getting into that House of Representatives now?
mhm, mhm,
The things that would have the connotation, the things that they would have said to her, just an
mhm.
amazing story.
But who
Amazing.
knows what they said to her back in those days, though,
Thank you.
Glendy? Who
Thank you.
knows? But we can
Thank
have
you.
them back another time, talk more
Yes,
about that,
yes,
her
yes.
experience in the house.
So
Anyway, let's move on.
let's go to the advertisement for today.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna pull it up
So
for you.
yes. So we are highlighting another Liberian business. I know we've talked about the Village before, but they're adding a little spin to things. Now, at the Village Bar and Restaurant in Lawrenceville, Georgia, every third Friday, they have music and karaoke night. Let me tell you, those people have a blast. So if you're in the Lawrenceville, Georgia area, check out the Village Bar and Restaurant. I can attest to the food. Food is great. The atmosphere is really vibing. So if you're looking for something to do, I think it's this Friday that is coming up. Check them out. Tell Doris, Women with Words, send you and have yourself a great time.
Yeah.
Make sure you bring your singing voice, though. Glenny, we need
Yeah.
to go there one third Friday.
We need to go there so I can grab that karaoke, my honey. I can sing.
I mean, I can't sing. While you singing, I'll be eating that snapper.
But I want to tell you, we don't remember we went to that place.
Yeah.
That woman can cook. That woman can cook. I still
That's Martin, man.
the flour sauce. I still tasting it today, and I've several months ago. I can still taste that flour sauce.
For me, is that snapper. She gets the whole snapper.
That woman
That
can
thing
cook.
is seasoned to perfection. And then she
Yes.
put the little fried pepper on. Glenny, let's stop, man. I'm hungry.
Okay, what do we want to talk about now? Is trending topic in Liberia? I don't know. I don't know. It's too many. I don't know
Well,
what. I didn't really want to focus anything specific, because when you talk about the audit from GAG, you talk about the road fund, you talk about everything else that's going on, you talk about the deaths, another young woman again found dead, chopped up. It's just so many things that's happening, that there's not just one thing that they're doing. It's like, can they just take these untimely deaths, unsolved miseries, these people, can it just take one problem that we're going through in Liberia and say, we're going to work on this? It's like, can we, if it's the light, work on the light. If it's the airplane and the airlines, or work on that. It's almost like you're having trouble at the airport, and then you take people and send them for training to be air hostesses. Who does that?
so, you know, here's the thing. Unfortunately, I always say, if you know better, you do better. Unfortunately for Liberia, the folks that are there, they don't know better. So they're not able to do better. So the last thing I will say is, election has consequences.
Yeah.
If you want a better Liberia for yourself, because some of us, I was on Spoon TV there, I was on commenting on Spoon Network the other day, Spoon Talk, and one of the audience member, he ain't played to cuss me out, because I said if they like George Weah being their president, I love it. I don't live in Liberia. Yeah, the Liberian people will just continue to suffer. And by no means do I want any human being to suffer. But you have to want to help yourself for someone to help you, right? If you want to remain in the situation, I call it of please give me, whole day you begging somebody, you never man enough to go out and earn a living. If you want to live the rest of your life like that, then that's your call. But make sure, if you want a better Liberia, you've seen what George Weah has to offer you, right? You've seen what most of your leaders have to offer you. I'm not for one candidate or the next. I don't care. I'm gonna say it again. I don't give two rats ass who is president of Liberia, but I do care what happens to the Liberian people.
Yes.
So if you care what happens to you as you are living in Liberia, vote your conscience. Make sure you look at all of your candidates and say, which one of these people do I believe will do right by me and my family and will make my life better? You're already experiencing one now. So if you like how you're living, by all means, vote for George Weah again. If you don't, then look at your options.
Yep. What's trending on our page? Just too many things to page. And I wanted to talk a little bit about people keep reporting us on this page. When you report, you are blocked.
Here's the thing, though. Sometimes you just need it. It's not everything you see on social media you're going to agree with.
Yes.
But what really bothers me was everybody clearly saw this was a joke. And the one that Glennie is talking about, people, was this girl. I don't know what was going on, but she had one of those little fake puff things on her head. And somebody drove by and just pulled it off and show her little nub. Everybody laughed about it. Nobody got hurt physically. You know, she herself laughed at the whole idea.
Yeah.
Almost everybody wear fake hair these days, so it's not a big deal. Somebody reported us for that. I don't understand why. And another report was for the debate. We are Liberians, and we're trying to highlight what's right with Liberia. If you do not agree with the topic of a debate, just keep scrolling, my friend. Just keep scrolling. It's a debate. It's an opportunity for young people to practice their speech, to do research, to have a platform to debate on. So you reporting us is just going to take away from us sharing and highlighting what's right with Liberia. So I beg you, man, if you don't like it, just keep strolling.
And the thing about it, that page that's on there, that page can be so juicy.
I'm telling you.
So when you now go and report, Facebook, just plaque your name there. And by the time I wake up, or Agatha wake up, or Marco wake up, or Eva wake up, block you. There goes the end of you. We're not even, and the thing about it is so sad for you to be black on the eve, Friday Eve, that Agatha can call it, Friday Eve. We block you on Friday Eve, man. That means Yama Tuesday night, you will not be inside.
Not at all. Then you would just be dealing with your stress on your own. Nowhere to come and read something funny and laugh. Adam's sons will be there. They will be talking. Eve's daughters are coming tomorrow for Yama Yama Friday. So people, I beg you, man. This page it's very lighthearted. If you're looking for something serious, we are not the place for you. All of the time, we are a balanced page. We talk about all of the serious social issues in our country and around the world. And we also want to have a little bit of fun. So, you know, just scroll. Just keep passing.
In this space here, there is no forgiveness of sins here. Once you sin against us.
I don't give second chances.
Yes. Once you sin against us by reporting, because that's a major sin. Yes. According to the people of
according to the gospel of
GeesBeeCee. That's the gospel. You commit that sin, man, Papa. You finish.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's trending on our page? Pointing out, they said there was a funeral. This is so funny. So they went to the funeral. They said that this Pape, every time they have the funeral, people gather. He always says, make an announcement of who's gonna die next. So everybody was there. Nobody wants to get up and leave because everybody wants to remain there. So he
said the first person to leave.
Yes, the first person to leave
will die next.
Will die the next time.
We all staying there.
Everybody staying. Even the casket still standing in the middle.
We all would be there. They said the 98-year-old man said he's not going.
He's not going. The next one that's trending is, so I think this Eve daughter was just really awful. So there's a and you know, sometimes Adam, something they can just be looking for the worst story possible there is about beautiful Eve children, and it can just come with the ugly Adam cells. So this other one was this Adam's son, there was a little small like creek. For you to go let Eve daughter jump over the creek, no. Mr. Very smart went and lay down on top of the creek so that Eve daughter can walk on top of him. Guess what she did? She started from the leg, from the middle straight to put in the and the thing. So you can see the pitch is fun. Is the things that you think people will not follow. That's the one that everybody gets a kick out of. The fact that he will go lay down over that creek there, but I want to let him eat. And you know the creek, that creek was looking just like Sonny Went Creek.
I don't even know where Sonny Went is, but it doesn't sound like a good place to be.
Or you know how when you go down water side, down right down in here, Mackie Street there, you can see that green water.
Ew.
But anyway, we've come to the end of the show for today. I think that's it, right, Agatha?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. So
let's wrap up and remind people tomorrow is what day, Glendy?
Yeah, my day. And Eva will be on duty. She starts at 4 a.m. Honey,
so tomorrow is Yama Yama Friday. You can see all of the jokes, the memes, and whatnot on our page, Women with Words on Facebook. This show is also broadcasted on our YouTube channel. It's Women with Words as well. If you have a business or an event that you're having and you want to highlight that event or business, just email us to GeesBeeCee@gmail.com. We'll be sure to make sure that you're out there and we highlight your business. So thank you all so much for watching.
Yeah, and next week Thursday, please come to meet this phenomenal group of women for women empowerment. We're going to be closing the month of May talking about women empowerment, looking at different women's stories and how these artists have decided to showcase them and their stories and authenticate it with a little bit of speaking good English. The EVO.
Yeah, you Andy. Authenticate
and put a little bit of the culture in there. So until next Thursday, please, and June, we will be celebrating fathers.
Yes.
We'll be celebrating men and fathers. So if you have your
I'm celebrating too, all of June. It's my birthday, y'all.
There you go. Me too. So we probably gonna have a party here. We're gonna have a party.
Not this one, we can have a party. We need to bring D12 to sing for us so we can join away.
Why not? D12, if you're out there, if y'all know D12,
I got his number. I'm gonna call him.
Call him, Mama. Let's bring him to a live show on a Friday. Let's do our own karaoke here on a
Let's
Saturday.
go ahead. I'm gonna call D12 so we can join away.
If you know Auntie B here, her birthday is coming up. It's a big one, and I'm here. Big Auntie Glenda, the single virgin, is here. We gotta celebrate the month of June.
We sure do.
Folks, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll see you next week, Thursday. And don't forget, we're on every Thursday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Eastern
Thanks
time.
for watching.